this video, we're going to show you how to go from this to this. To start, we'll take a blank sheet of paper and begin sketching out our design. I usually use a full sheet of paper, even when I expect the finished product to be smaller. Doing so allows me the ability to get very fine details. After you're somewhat satisfied with your sketch, darken the parts of it that you are happy with by either marking them again or by using a different color pencil. Next, you will need to transfer your sketch to your computer. When doing this, I like to use AirDrop to send a picture of the sketch from my phone to my computer. Otherwise, I just email the picture from my phone to myself and download it on my computer. With your sketch on your computer, we will begin by opening up a new project in Adobe Illustrator. If you don't have Adobe Illustrator, you can use Inkscape for this part of the project. Here I create a custom artboard size of 12 inches by 12 inches. This is done because the max cutting size on the Cricut is 12 by 12 and I want to maximize the size of my design. I then drag the sketch, which I save to my desktop above the artboard. I resize the sketch to take up only as much space as the artboard. Clicking on these two options allows the sketch to be centered in the artboard. Next, with the sketch selected, I go to Properties and click on Opacity. I change this from the default 100% to something around 33%. This allows the sketch to be barely visible. I then add a new layer and I make sure that I lock the sketch layer. This prevents me from accidentally selecting it or moving it around while I'm working. The tool we will use is the pen tool. After selecting the pen tool, I select the fill property and change it from a solid color to a transparent one, represented by a white box with a diagonal red line. I keep the stroke as a solid black color, as this will be my border and will guide my work. Now I just pick a corner to start drawing in and click to make my first point. And moving the mouse around, you can see that the new position of the mouse alters the direction and the angle of a straight line. However, most of the lines we will be drawing are curved. In order to access the curved line functionality, we place the mouse at another point on the sketch and we click and hold. While holding, you may notice that moving the mouse around yields a curved line of different characteristics. Match the line to the sketch lines as best as possible. Once you are satisfied, release the mouse button. Next, click on the last point you created. It will be labeled Anchor. Repeat all of the steps until you come back to the original start point and click on it to complete the shape. At this point, you might be done and can proceed to the export step. However, I intend to place text within the shape and have the shape be purely constructed of the text. And to do that, I will turn the stroke to transparent, just like the fill earlier. I'm going to navigate to piday.org and copy and paste a good chunk of these digits. Holding the mouse button down on the text button, a drop-down menu will appear, allowing you to select other text functionality. We will select Area Type Tool for our purposes. Click on the outline of the shape and then paste the text into this area. It's important to know that it's very hard for Cricut to cut extremely small details. Therefore, I will make the font bigger. Once the design is finished, I click File, Export, and Export As. In the new window, I title it what I want and save it as a JPEG. I import this JPEG into Cricut Design Studio and send it to the machine. If you're going to be doing this often, you may want to purchase an off-brand heat transfer vinyl like I have here. Measure out the amount you need for your project. In my case, I need 12 inches by 12 inches. You will notice that the heat transfer vinyl has two distinct sides, a very shiny side and a dull matte side. Ensure that you place the shiny side down. That way the vinyl is cut and not the transfer tape. Smooth out any air bubbles and follow the instructions on the Cricut Design Studio software to cut the vinyl. With the vinyl cut, it's time to start weeding the material that we don't want in our design. There are more elegant methods, however, I find that picking near a cut on the vinyl is the easiest. Continue to remove all unnecessary vinyl. Once you're done weeding, you'll notice that there will be two sides. The sticky side where your design will be backwards, and the other side, where your design should look like the finished product. A good rule of thumb is to place the design 3 finger widths from the collar of the shirt. Follow the heating directions on the vinyl you have. A lot of them are different, and you should have a finished product like this. Thanks for watching. If you were entertained at all, please consider liking and subscribing, as it goes a long way. Thanks.